How's it going? So here I am at Giant's Causeway. This is just the start of Giant's Causeway. I've come down from the visitor centre up here. There's two different ways to get to Giant's Causeway. There's one, you could go through the visitor centre, you can pay, or there's another way you can just sort of come off from the side and make it your own way. But here I am on this beautiful day, and I tell you, this is a beautiful day when it comes to any day in Northern Ireland. We start to see, as we come around the corner here, large numbers of tourists.
Yeah, tourists, about 20 of them.
But what is fascinating about this place are the stories it's conjured up over the years. The stories of the giant, Finn the giant, who used to live here. He still lives here in theory.
Once great man lived here, giant.
He never really went away. And the fact that a Scottish giant in Scotland, 26 miles from here, was taunting him across the sea. And the giants would call each other names. But one day, Finn had enough of this, and he thought, well, I'm going to go put an end to all this taunting. I'm going to throw stones into the sea. And in throwing stones into the sea, he basically took it upon himself to make a pathway between Ireland and Scotland. But in making that pathway, he got himself to Scotland. And he snuck up behind the giant, the Scottish giant. And he realised, to his dismay, the Scottish giant was far larger than he'd expected and far stronger than Finn. So Finn ran back. He ran back to his home, but he was quickly followed by the giant from Scotland, who'd noticed that there was a path linking the two homes and there was a path linking the two countries. The Scottish giant turned up at the shores here, and this is where Finn lived with his wife. Finn had run into his house and he said, look, I've done a terrible thing. There's a Scottish giant and he's come for me and he's far bigger than me. But his wife said, oh, there's nothing to worry about. I'll sort this out.
I'll handle it.
Thanks, sweetie.
So the giant's wife said to Finn that she'd sort it out. So the knock came at the door and the Scottish giant said, oh, okay, I'm looking for a giant that's been taunting me for years. Does he live here? And she says, oh, maybe. You should come in. I think you might be talking about my husband. He was welcomed into the giant's living room in the kitchen, and he sat down, and Finn's wife said, would you like some food? And the Scottish giant said, of course I'd like some food. In taking some food, Finn's giant's wife had put nails and metal and knives inside the bread and said, this is Finn's favourite food. The Scottish giant bit into the bread, and he bit into the bread and he was like, my teeth, and his teeth were cracked and some fell out.
Completely shattered my teeth.
Finn's wife said, what's wrong? What's wrong? And he sort of squirmed. He goes, my teeth are broken. She said, oh, that's strange. This is Finn's favourite food. So the Scottish giant looked a little bit perplexed. And he thought, wow, what kind of man, what kind of superhuman likes this sort of food? He must be a strong character because this food is breaking my teeth.
He had like superhuman strength, like that fucking baby in Superman 1.
But then she said, I think I can hear my baby stirring. So she opened the door to the baby's room, and inside the baby's room was Finn hiding pretending to be a baby. He had a baby cap on, and he had his baby bib on, and he was making baby noises.
Literally baby noises.
And she said, there, sweet child. All is okay. I'm just with a stranger right now. The giant peered in, and he looked at the baby, and the baby was huge. And he thought, oh my God, baby is this big. How big must the father be? A sudden fright overcame him, and he basically said, I'm out of here. So he ran back to Scotland, smashing up the pathway that connected Ireland to Scotland. Smashed it up all the way. And the only thing that remains is what we see over here, and this is what is known as the Giant's Causeway. But obviously, there's a scientific reason behind this.
And the giant is...
Giants are imaginary. Yes?
Millions of years ago, volcanic lava would have bubbled up through the Earth's crust and it would have come up towards the surface. But as the hot lava was hitting the surface, it would have contracted as it became colder. And the most perfect shape seen in all of nature is the hexagon. Sort of a hexagon. I mean, as you can see, not all of these rocks are hexagon in number, but as we head over here, you'll start to see the hexagon shape. Similar to a beehive. A bee will deposit its honey in bubbles. One bubble connected to another bubble, there'll be a line between the two. 3 bubbles connected to each other, there'll be a sort of a cross. You connect 4 bubbles, suddenly you start having hexagon shapes. And that's exactly what we're going to see as we kind of walk over the rocks over here. I'll show you these hexagon shapes, but found in nature all over the world, and especially in the honeybees. But let's go and see. Let's try and push past this rabble of tourists. Thankfully, it's not a windy day.
Thank you for joining me in yet another one of my videos. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button already, click it, you won't regret it. I love visiting the Giant's Causeway. This is not the first time I've been there, and this will not be the last time I've been there. And if this is your first time or you're thinking of visiting the Giant's Causeway, it is a must-do on any itinerary. Perched along the striking coastline of Northern Ireland, the Giant's Causeway emerges as a captivating geological masterpiece, leaving visitors in awe of its remarkable beauty. Comprising of thousands of intricately interlocking hexagonal columns, this natural wonder offers an intriguing glimpse into the forces that have shaped our planet throughout its history. It's believed this platform was formed approximately 50 million years ago during an era of intense volcanic activity. The Giant's Causeway bears witness to the extraordinary processes of our dynamic Earth. As molten lava flowed and rapidly cooled, it underwent a fascinating transformation. The contraction and cracking of the cooling rock gave rise to the distinct hexagonal shapes that define the breathtaking landmark. Beyond its visual allure, the Giant's Causeway holds immense geological significance, allowing scientists to study the intricacies of solidification and erosion that have shaped our wonderful planet.
And as you can see, these are the dark rocks. These are far slippier than the whiter rocks over here, so we have to be careful on our feet. And now what we see here is more noticeable in the fact that you have the lava that's pushed up, and as it contracts, we get these sort of hexagon, these square type shapes. Not obviously all of them are hexagons. There's a perfect hexagon over here, but some of them will be triangular shape, some of them will be square shaped. It really depends on the sort of the cooling process of these rocks. But remarkable, you get exactly the same shaped rocks in Iceland, you get the same shaped rocks in the opposite side where the Scottish giant is thought to come from. And that's hence where the mystery comes from. It's conspiracy theorists would suggest that the hexagon is a sign that we're all living in the Matrix.
I created the Matrix. I've been waiting for you.
Personally, I'll stick to the scientific one. We possibly are living in the Matrix, but I don't think this is the sign that we are living in the Matrix.
Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix.
The Giant's Causeway is recognized for its universal significance. It earned the esteemed title of the UNESCO World Heritage Site of 1986. This prestigious designation underscores its profound geological importance and aligns itself with iconic wonders of the world. This recognition as a World Heritage Site solidifies the Giant's Causeway as a testament to the grandeur and marvels of our planet's geological heritage.
To be honest, this is like the perfect day to visit this place. It's not too sunny. I'm not getting burnt up in the sun. And the wind, because normally if it was windy, this microphone would be muffled. But the wind is perfect, and you can see, very popular with tourists. If you are slightly disabled or you've got problems walking, there's a shuttle bus that will take you up and down the hill for, I think it's £1. It will take you up and down. But personally, if you've got your feet, walk the route. But this is one of these special places. It's the first place in Ireland that was a UNESCO Heritage Site. And you can see why, and you can also see how popular it is. This is the classic, any tourist destination you go to these days, full of tourists. But, you know, everyone wants to see something special, and who can blame them?
While it is renowned for its geological wonders, the Giant's Causeway also hosts a diverse, vibrant ecosystem. Nestled amidst the coastal cliffs, and habitats, this awe-inspiring landscape supports an array of plant and animal species. Visitors are treated to the sight of graceful seabirds soaring overhead, playful seals basking on nearby rocks, and colourful wildflowers adorning the rugged cliffs. The convergence of the geological wonders and ecological abundance amplifies the overall splendour of this cherished location.
A little bit risky here to get by.
The Giant's Causeway offers an unforgettable experience to visitors across the globe. Meandering through the striking terrain, one can witness the harmonious interplay between the land and the sea, immersing themselves in the intricate designs that nature has bestowed upon this breathtaking site.
Try to get down here. Let's try to get down. Makes it. Now if the tide was coming in, this would be a bit wet.
To safeguard this geological gem, conservation efforts are diligently undertaken, ensuring the preservation of the Giant's Causeway for future generations. This dedication to preservation allows us to continue cherishing and exploring the majesty of this extraordinary landmark.
As you can see, hundreds of tourists.
Well, you better be nice to those tourists because you just don't know how they're going to turn out.
And this is the spot where the minibus will drop people off. Quite impressive. Good man over there taking my photo. Also, you do go through the visitor centre, you get little audio guides. You get to listen to stories along the way. It's a good way of sort of understanding what's going on. But this is truly remarkable landscape. Obviously, if you could be here alone, it would be even more remarkable. But it's the world we live in, the world of tourism. This is just how it is. Anyone that sort of gives you these fake shots of emptiness where there's no tourists, they're painting a picture that just isn't true. These immaculate travel videos where it's just them looking across the landscape. I can assure you that right behind them, there'll be lots of tourists. That gives you a flavour. Notice the columns over there. That's considered to be Finn's organ. And the story goes that Finn the Giant constructed those columns so he could play his music. But if you are lucky and you're here at 6 a.m. on Christmas Day, he plays his organ every year at 6 a.m. on Christmas Day. It's said to appeal to the gods, and the gods take heart when they hear this incredible sound from the organ. Obviously, it's similar to the columns that we see all over Giant's Causeway and formed in the same scientific way, but a really beautiful, beautiful landscape. I mean, it's quite magical down here. It really is magical. Obviously, the landscape's always changing. Because there are very few earthquakes in this part of the world, there's very little risk when it comes to earthquakes, but you get landslides in harsh weather conditions. You get landslides when the weather changes and the ice will sort of crack the rocks and when it thaws. But this is a dramatic landscape that will potentially, this path could be gone in, 10 years or 200 years. Really depends on what changes the landscape with the weather conditions and everything. But very dramatic.
The Giant's Causeway, with its astonishing hexagonal columns and captivating legends, stands as a testament to the might and splendour of our natural world. It serves as a profound reminder of the ancient forces that have shaped our planet throughout time. As we traverse its ancient stones, we are enveloped in a sense of wonder, contemplating the mysteries and miracles that have unfolded across the ages. The Giant's Causeway beckons us to marvel at the profound beauty of our Earth and instills in us a deep appreciation for the remarkable geological wonders that grace our world. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.
Look at the stars, look how they shine